How's it going? Welcome to Loop Learning. This is video number 26. We are making payroll management system. If you are new to my channel, welcome to Looplearnings, and if you're returning, welcome back. In today's video, we will continue, but before I do that, I must ensure to ask you, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do and hit the bell icon so you get notification whenever I upload a new video. Right. So what are we going to do in this video? Well, it's in last video, in video number 25, I kind of created, um, behind two buttons, I added some VBA and I ask you to please make sure that you replicate that onto your applications as well and behind other buttons as well. Okay. So I hope that you have done that. Even if you have not, it's all right. It's for the learning purpose. So the idea is that I demonstrate some of the things, you implement, learn, and then you move on and implement in your live production applications. So what we will do today? Well, today we will focus on the main form of this application, and that is payroll. Okay, we haven't done that, so we'll do it to make sure that we create some of the payroll for some of the months. Okay, so at the moment I'm clicking on manage payroll and nothing is happening. Why? Because we haven't done any code behind it. Also, I need to do a little bit of housekeeping, and that housekeeping means I need to get rid of uh, this list box. I need to make sure that whenever any button is clicked on the main menu, these three controls are hidden, and whenever any button is clicked on the submenu, then these controls are visible. So that's the housekeeping we'll do, and then we will move on to payroll, um, to kind of linking up the payroll and working on payroll as well. So right click design view, and I will first go to this list box. We'll get rid of it. Now when you are getting rid of it, you need to do a couple of things as well. So the name of this list box is list payroll. I'll copy that. I'll tell you why. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of it. All right, here we go, and we will increase the width of this text box. Let's change the color. I don't know why I haven't changed that. Okay, and let's decrease the width. I need to do something, and that is this. Okay, all right, cool. Now, remember I copied the name of the list box, so let's go to the VB editor, and I'm going to control F, and I'm going to control V, and I'm going to hit enter. Here we go. Get rid of this VBA line of code as well. If you will not do it, you are going to get errors when you are working on the application. Then you'll be thinking, oh my god, what are these errors? Okay, so you need to get rid of these in order to make sure that you don't have the code block for that particular list box. That makes sense, right? All right, so that's the first housekeeping. Second, what I would like to do is whenever I click on this button, these three controls should go hide. So I select this button, go here, dot, dot, dot. At the moment, I kept all of these as visible as true. I don't know why, but I did that. It shouldn't be in that way. Okay. All right, cool. Now we repeat that with all the buttons. Okay. So I simply copy, paste, close, and okay, there's nothing in here. There's nothing in here. So let's go to manage payroll button and dot 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 code builder. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little bit of VB code, and that would be me dot, well, first of all, do cmd dot peep me dot list dynamic search dot visible is equal to false me dot txt search dot visible is equal to false me dot btn create dot visible is equal to false. You must be thinking what the heck is doing. Well, with these three line of codes I am going to get rid of these three, not get rid of, I mean hide these controls, okay, for the moment. Then I'm going to go and say me dot txt menu dot value is equal to payroll. Okay, so what is that? Well, in here we have txt menu and we have txt now viewing. Txt menu, anything we click from the main menu, it reflects in txt menu. Anything we click from the sub menu, it reflects in the now viewing button. Okay, that's the idea. Right, now what else I want to do? Well, I want to hide these three buttons. There's one form as well, payroll payment info, that is payout info, and we will have these two buttons, so payroll and payout info. Okay, so me dot btn1 dot caption is equal to payroll. Okay, me dot btn2 dot caption is equal to payout info. Well, first of all, we need to make visibility of these buttons, right? btn1 dot visible is equal to true. Okay, and in here also me dot btn1 sorry btn2 dot visible is equal to true, and we are going to hide the rest of these 3, 4 and 5 buttons. We will hide. Okay, we don't need them at the moment, so that goes here. Me dot btn 4 dot visible is equal to false. Me dot btn 5 dot visible is equal to false. All right, that's cool. That is done. And now we will we'll do VB coding behind the sub menu button. So btn1, okay, and dot dot dot. And in here, we will actually copy the same code and we'll paste in here. There's something missing right away, I can see here. Okay, and that is when I click on any of the button in sub menu, this txt now viewing should get filled up based on what button I have clicked. So that needs to be corrected. So else if me.txt menu is equal to payroll, then me.txt now viewing dot value is equal to payroll. So I'll keep the same, and let's repeat this here. Here of course it will be earnings, and let's copy this, paste in here, and here it will be same as employees. Okay, all right, so next thing I want to bring the information from payroll. um, Payroll will create a query. Why query? I'll tell you why. The reason is at the moment it is saying fiscal year 1, fiscal month 1, and I don't like that really. So we will convert that into text, and to do that we will create a query that we are going to refer here. Okay, so let's go ahead and create a query. To create a query, you go to create button and you go to the query section and click on query design. Once you do that, you are in the query designer. First thing we need to do is get the payroll table, and the what else we need to get fiscal year, fiscal month, and I think that's pretty much it. So payroll ID, fiscal year, fiscal month, and the status. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's save that. So we'll call it payroll queue. Okay, so we need to get all these columns and all these rows from this query. And so we will go back to this button, and it's VB editor. And in here, we'll say select everything from where? From payroll queue, the query that we have just created. It has 4 columns, and we want to see the first column. So we will change the width of the first column to 2 because we have plenty of space for sure, and 5 and 5 here as well. So that's the column width for all the 4 columns. Okay, so debug that, save that, close that, close that. All right. Now let's go ahead and test it out a little bit. So let's say we go to employee master profile, nothing happens. We need to do a bit of coding. Manage payroll, nothing happens. Why? Because we have hidden those controls, so we have to bring them back. All right, so when any button we click from the sub menu, those controls should be back, should be visible. And so let's go there and let's do that change. I don't know why I did that before. So it's like opposite action I did. So that's really surprising to me. Okay. Oh wow. Again, I'm messing up here. Sorry for that. I'm okay. This button I should have selected. And okay. So let's go in here and let's say do cmd.beep. We need beep, right? We like beep. I like beep. So it kind of gives some sort of response to users. Something has happened. Something was clicked upon. Okay, and we'll say me dot list dynamic search dot visible is equal to true. Me dot txt. What is the name? Txt search dot visible is equal to true. Me dot btn create dot visible is equal to true. Okay, talking about create button, I need to see one more thing, and that is what this button does. At the moment, there is nothing. So let's go ahead and do some VBA coding behind that as well. So dot 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 code builder, and we say if me dot btn. Oh, sorry, if me dot txt now viewing. So we are going to refer to txt now viewing text box in here. You see the benefit of having those text boxes on the top. That's very important. So if me dot txt now viewing dot value is equal to employees, then what should be done? Well, then to cmd dot open form. Which form we want to open? Well, payroll. Sorry, what am I doing? So what is the name of the form? Emp profile F. That's the one. Okay, that should open, but it should open in add mode. Else if me dot txt nowing dot value is equal to payroll, then what should happen? Well, then dot open form. Which form now we want to open? We want to open payroll F. That's the form name, and we want to open it in add mode as well. Okay, so that is done. See, you must be thinking what he's doing. What he's doing the VB code here and there. Well, you will see it now. Okay, So now what we will do, we will go to the form view, we'll go to the employee master. Boom, we are getting the list box. Okay, then we'll go to the payroll. Boom, we are getting the information as well. Now there's one more thing left, and that is if I double clicked any of this record in the list box, nothing happens. So let's go ahead and do that change as well. So click on there and dot dot dot. No, it's not on click event. It should be double click event. So code builder, and we'll go to the code and we'll say, okay, all right. So we'll say if is null, me dot list dynamic search dot column 0 is equal to true, then to cmd dot beep message box, no record exist to display. Okay, comma will be critical and information. If that is false, then what should be done? Well, then actually we will go ahead and we will open the form that we supposed to open. Then still we have some conditions in here. So if me dot txt now viewing dot value is equal to employees, then to cmd dot open form imp profile f comma 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 where condition imp id. I hope that is the id. That is the, but we'll see. Ampersand me dot list dynamic search dot column 0. Okay, else if me dot txt now viewing dot value is equal to payroll, then to cmd dot beep, or not beep, man, why beep all the time, form payroll, is that's the form name, payroll f equals, that's where is my mind actually, I'm sorry guys, there are so much going on at the moment. Payroll id equals ampersand me dot list dynamic search dot column 0. Okay, all right, I think that is okay, that should work, but we'll see, we'll test it out. So let's go to first employee, and it is not opening. It does open, but there's a problem in here. Okay, all right, we'll see it later on. Let's focus on the payroll, and it is opening. Okay, all right, cool. Now payroll is opening finally. What we need to test is one thing I could see right away here. First of all, if this is approved or this is marked as completed, no payroll should be created. Okay, so if I double click in here, it is being created at the moment. So it says item not found in this collection. So two errors are coming. So we need to find out what are those errors. So we'll go to design view of this as well, close, and I click in here. Let's go here. First thing right away, I have to change this to add view. Okay. Now, what was that error? What item was not found in the collection? I'm sure there's an issue. So the, the best way is to actually comment out this error handling. So what will happen? during error handling is very important that by commenting out, you will actually go to the real where the problem is happening. So if I double click on it, say, see, item not found, we'll click on debug, and there we go. So we have forms, payroll lines, grade is equal to my salary slash grade. So what is my salary? My salary is basically compensation. So in compensation, there is no such field called grade. That's what it means. And I'll tell you why. Because I actually did some change in here. So it is grade ID. So it's not grade, it is grade ID. That happened same with the employee form as well. So here we go. Grade ID, that is correct. Okay. So here in compensation, that's why that error was coming. So here, this one is not grade. It is grade ID. So let's see here. Yep, that's the problem. Microsoft Count Point represent join grading structures. They have to change that. That we'll see later on. At the moment, my focus is only on getting the payroll right. Okay. So for sure, there is a problem. We will fix that. I'm not running away from it, by the way. So dot dot dot, and we'll go in here and we will change this to ID. So that's the problem in here. So I'll change that here as well, ID. Okay. So let me see P lines. So here it is only grade, but in my salary, which is composition table, it is grade ID. Well, I think some of you may get confused, but that's okay. Don't worry. It happens. Now it is working fine. Okay. All right. So I was saying that if the payroll is already approved or marked completed, then the new item should not be added like the way it is being added. That's not a business logic. So let's go right click on that and scroll on right and double click in here and we will go in here. Okay. Now we will do a few lines of code here. If me dot status dot value is equal to completed, or me dot status dot value is equal to approved, then do cmd dot beep message box. This action, oops, this action cannot be performed as the payroll is either approved or completed. That's it. Comma will be vertical, will be critical. There's something clearly wrong today. That's why I'm not able to say right words. That's how sometimes it is. And we will close that with end if. Okay. So that was mandatory. Another thing I noticed while working right now is that when the payroll lines record gets created and this list box doesn't actually gets refreshed automatically. So to do that force refresh, we'll go to the on close event of the payroll line form and we'll have one line of code. Okay, let's get the error handling. So we'll say forms. Which form? Well, payroll f dot refresh. That's it. That's what we need. All right, close it. All right, okay, all right. Now things should be okay, except one more thing. Sorry, guys, I have to do this. I have to make sure that whatever I'm demonstrating, it is right, it is correct. Okay, so that's why it's taking a little bit time to show you the final end result. And that is basically getting the approved by information, and that information will come from here. So txt employee name. So if it is approved, then txt emp name. That's the change I wanted to make. Right, let's go ahead and log on properly. So we'll say empx and password is learnings, and we are having that information. All right, let's payroll. Okay, so we are getting this information. Let's so it's already approved. Let's mark it close. Let's create a new payroll, and this time we'll create a payroll for February. Okay, and save it. Okay, all right. Okay, so this also is an issue, and the issue is that this error occurs because immediately after I created the payroll, I immediately created the payroll line. So that's why access takes bits microseconds to kind of refresh the tables, refresh the database when the change happens. So we'll force refresh this so we don't get this error anymore. Okay, so that I'm going to do, and the second thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create some more months, right, till maybe 3 4 more months. Okay, so I can demonstrate in here. So let's go here, let's go close that, payroll F, and let's go to the save button. And here we will force refresh. So I'll say me dot refresh. So it will refresh the information behind this form as well. Talking about creating few months, so let's go ahead and do that. Okay, right. So March, April, May, let's say 24 days. Okay, let's keep it in this way, but I will definitely create the whole year, and then I will test it out offline as well. So when in coming next videos we can do a little bit more reporting on that. Right, let's go to the payroll, and we'll go to the February payroll and save. It's already saved. Now let's go ahead and create some payroll. All right. See, now it works like butter. Okay. That's why I was doing all that code. Let's approve that. Let's click here, and you see it is working. And let's mark it as complete as well. Fantastic. Works like charm. Okay. Now let's go to 2022 March. Save that. Now we are not getting that error anymore. Remember, previously when I created payroll immediately and I created a line, it gives an error. Okay, so that is working. All right, perfect. Works like butter. Trust me. Love that. Okay, here we go. That is it. That's what I wanted to demonstrate in this video tutorial. I hope that you have learned something. I'm sorry it was, in between it get a little bit messy because of necessary coding or actions I had to do. So just to summarize what we did today, well, we did a little bit of housekeeping. We got rid of one list box. We did housekeeping behind these buttons, main menu, sub menu, and then we kind of linked this list box to the actual data, and then we did some changes in the payroll form as well. At the moment, the payroll form works extremely well, works like butter. Okay, so this should, if you follow everything what I did, what I demonstrate, you should be able to have this payroll up and running as well. Again, my videos are only for demonstration, giving, showing the best examples. Please take these examples and implement in your own way in your own applications. If you like what have you seen, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you have not, and hit the bell icon so you get notification whenever I upload a new video. Do let me know in the comments below how did you like this video. All right, thanks very much for your support. I'll see you in the next one.